Well, good morning, everybody. Let's get some heat going in the outside world. There we go. Ooh-wee. All right, maybe that'll be a little nice till it warms up out here. Maybe we can get some nice things going this morning. Ooh-wee. Thank you for being here. Let us know, Claude. Thank you for being here. Long time no see. I know. I'm working on all of my stuff too, buddy. My goal. It's a little chilly here for us, man. I know you guys are nice and warm down yonder, but up here I had to turn the fireplace on out here. Try to take the chill off the air as it warms up in this part of the country. But yeah, I know what you mean. I need to work on a bunch of shorts. I got a bunch of content that I need to chop up into shorts, and I need to work on that. So that's part of what my plan today is. I do got to do a little bit of running around later, but I appreciate you being here. Oh man, it's cold out here. I should have probably stayed in my office. I don't know, man. But that's all right, right? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Oh, I gotta figure out how to get everything set up. Should have brought a blanket out here. Well, it feels like it's gonna be nice here. I mean, if the wind wasn't blowing, it would be really nice. To be honest, I mean, that's the key. It's right now the wind is, vicious. Not vicious. It's not really that bad. But I'm trying to. It's about 60, I would say 65, 68 degrees here. And I've been trying to watch the weather for that additional hurricane that's going to be happening. So I don't know. We're getting well. You guys are a lot closer to the Gulf than we are, of course. So I'm sure you're getting, maybe winds from there. We can be, but we are definitely. We're not supposed to have any rain for quite a while. Got 8 people in the house, 13 people in the house. Only a couple thumbs up. Everybody, as you come in, gives us a thumbs up. Drop a chat. Let us know. Yeah, it looks like it's going to hit Florida again. Pretty much the shaft of Florida this time. So the only good thing about it, when they hit the shaft of Florida, it's such of a skinny state. It just goes whoof, which is nice. We got 8 people in the house. Whoever's hanging out in the background, don't be shy. Come up front. Say hi to Claude. Subscribe to his channel. Check out their YouTube channel. It's one of the best ones in the world. Yeah, we need some rain really bad here. I mean, we're in a burn ban. Oh, I should probably got my little outdoor fire pit going here in my concrete patio. But we are technically in a burn ban, I think, in the county surrounding us. So 5 people watching. Thank you guys all. 3 thumbs up. You guys come on in and drop us a chat. Let us know who's all in the house. Make sure if you're new to us that you subscribe to my channel, Claude's channel. If you got any questions about anything, we're happy to answer them. Whether it's Philippine related, American related, wiener dog related, fishing related, travel related, you name it, we have an answer. 9 people in the house visiting. Thank you for being here, guys. Just the more chats that you guys do, here's what kind of happens if you don't know. The more chats everybody drops and the more times you respond to each other, the more YouTube likes me. You know, if nobody ever talks to me in the chat or talks to each other in the chat, then YouTube sends me a little letter saying I'm not a very nice guy and I'm in trouble, and so no, they don't do any of that. But it is wise, just so you guys know. The more chat you are, the better YouTube likes you. The more they'll push out your product content. And my long-term goal is make sure my wife can live debt-free after I'm dead. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right, my buddy, appreciate you. And checking in on some people here. Ooh. I hope it warms up pretty quick. Hey, do you know what NHS is? No, what is it? Give me a hint. There's a lot. I know a lot of acronyms, and I know there's acronyms all over the place. But thank you for being here, AF. And if you did, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate the chat there. I mean, gosh, National Health Society, National Honor Society is from when I was teaching. There you go. Well, yeah, I was going to say, when I was teaching college, we had the National Honor Society, along with some other groups like Gamma Beta Phi, which is also another honor society. I was actually a national or a Gamma Beta Phi mentor and member as a young student. Then I became a facilitator, so to speak, with them. AF, are you a part of the National Honor Society? Well, you should. I taught in higher education for 25 years. So I can tell you all about higher ed. Or at least my opinions about higher ed. Let me say that. I don't want to say everything's my opinion. So is your question, are you thinking, should you join? Should you not join? I think, I don't, look, one thing I tell people, and I've been telling people this for I don't know how long, anytime you can get your name on a piece of paper, it's worth doing. And I mean that. So I would always advise everybody, I don't care whether it's college related, work related, military service, if it's community service, just being a good volunteer. Anytime you can get some group or organization, 7 people in the house, thank y'all for the thumbs up. Make sure you drop us a chat here. Join us in the chat, because I'd love to really hear from you guys. Anytime you can get your name on a piece of paper, no matter what it is, a fishing trophy, it does not matter. The key is to get your name on things, because you never know when that little piece of paper is going to make a connection for you. So back when I was teaching, anytime anything come up where I could get a piece of paper with my name on it, I don't care whether it was in-service training, whether it was going to other colleges, university, whether it was the government, which I was an expert in government stuff, OSHA, safety, health. And so I had by the time I retired, I had a notebook this thick, literally, full of things that my name was on. And it allowed me to become an expert in subject matters. Experts that got me to paid a whole lot more money than other people. 5 thumbs ups. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. My girls are excited. My beautiful little doggies are excited. So, do you anytime, AF? You know, if you have any questions, just let us know. But thank you for being here, and I hope you choose to do it. Choose to do it. So, piece of papers are great to have your names on. That's for sure. Man, it's a beautiful morning. I'm hoping it warms up. I've been thinking I might go fishing later today, but I quite haven't decided what I'm going to do today. I know I need to go to the store. I got to buy some stuff for the house for my wife, and got to get that done today. So that's kind of on my agenda. Sure. I taught I taught industrial health safety, environmental regulatory science, construction safety. Jack is in the house. Thank you for the thumbs up, Jack. 10 people in the house. Thank you. Get the chatter going here. So to put it in real simple terms, I taught safety professionals that work for corporations and construction companies how to be safety professionals. I taught them one, like how to literally do things safely, but how they could take those credentials back to their workforce and implement that in their companies, is what I did. I taught government officials who wanted to be like an OSHA inspector. I taught that person the rules and regulations. So that's what I did. I did it for a very long time, and it was very successful. I also did a private consulting company where I did the same thing. Companies would hire me to come in and solve their issues. And I never solved anybody's issues. I just told them how they needed to do it. I would have companies say, well, we would pay you a lot more money if you would physically come and fix this. I'm like, no, no. Because you need to have somebody in-house that I am happy to train and teach how to do it, but then they need to do it and you need to be responsible for it. So that's how I did it. But everything from, simple things like chemical safety to hazardous materials to forklifts to ladders, walking, working, you name it, everything you could imagine. So that's what we did. It was interesting. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I met a lot of great friends. I traveled the country. I spoke at conferences all over the Region 6, OSHA Region 6. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I helped out. I felt like I was helping a lot of frontline workers. It was my goal to give as much education to the workers doing the job than it was the managers, because managers aren't important. The people actually doing the hard physical labor, they're the ones that need to be safe. Managers are managers. Jack's here. Henry's here. Hello, everybody. Henry, wow, Super Pack, Legend Jack, buys arm candy. H is here. That's right. Henry the arm candy. You know, it's chilly out here, guys. I mean, you guys need to thank me for coming out here this morning. I didn't bring a sweatshirt. Maybe I ought to go get a sweatshirt and a blanket, because it's actually kind of cold. Claude was in the house. If you guys don't know Claude, make sure you check him out. Him and Young Sanders are good buddies down in Texas. Henry's saying, hey to you, Dennis, sir. Dennis, Henry, Jack, I want you to hold the fort down for about 3 seconds. I'm going to run inside and get a sweatshirt because it's negative 12 degrees. Whew, all right, I'm back. Well, Henry, that's kind of my point, buddy. It's oh, look at my hoodie. Do I look good, guys? I look good. It's not cold yet. Give it a few more weeks. Well, that's kind of my point. You know, I need to sit outside because long about October, or it is October, late October, I won't be coming out here much. I will stay indoors for a couple of months, and I hate it. So I'm trying to come out here and enjoy my fire pit and with the dogs and entertain you good folks while I'm still brave enough to come out in the cold weather. 10 people in the house. Hello, everybody. Jack was here earlier. Is Jack still awake or did he fall back asleep? You move pretty well? Well, only when I'm cold. Yeah, I actually do, Mark. I guess I'm kind of like I don't know what animal I would be like. I move pretty well in very short distances. If I got to go very far, then I'm screwed. And I can move really quick in short distances. But even if I try to go slow and easy, long distances, I can't do it. I just can't do the long distance thing. But jumping up and getting in the house and coming back, I can do. But walking at Walmart, trying to take a shopping cart, yeah, I can't do that. Hanging out at the zoo all day walking, I can't do that. Walking on a cruise ship, nah. But hustling around the house, I can do, which I'm happy for. I'm very grateful for the fact that I do have some mobility. Now, granted, I'm not saying I'm not in pain. My ankles, every step I take, my ankles hurt. And, you know, my knees are bad, so, you know, I pay for it. But one thing I've learned is I'm not going to let some pain keep me away from trying to do things. I'm just not. You move pretty well. Yes, I think he's sleeping still. Well, he woke up for a minute. I think the word is passed out. I think he had a little bit too much alcohol to consume. Cheetah's kind of like that. They got I know they can run up to 70 miles per hour, so maybe they can get like a burst of speed and they're dead. That's kind of me. I'm kind of like, whoop, you know. But if I got to go very far, you know, that's what I got the mobility scooter for. Which, guys, I really got to get a much different, better, man. My poor old cheap Chinese knockoff mobility scooter is taking a dive, you know, and I'm really worried. I mean, I'll be happy to trade it in but nobody wants my Chinese scooter in America, so I'd be happy to, you know, swap it out. But I need a travel scooter, and then I need a true outdoor scooter. Mine's kind of like a hybrid in between, but it's from China, so it sucks. I mean, it just sucks. It just. Jack is asking, who? What? What happened, Jack? Tell us, what happened? Is it a who, what, and why type situation? Jack, it was really nice to meet your new friends on your live stream the other day. Claude was on here on his live stream also earlier. But Jack, Henry, and all of us, we were really impressed by your new friends and how they wanted to share their chicken with you. I didn't know exactly what they meant by chicken, but, you know. Oh, we figured you did, because you woke up and then went back to sleep. Or we thought you woke up, right, and said, I'm here, and then went. So we were thinking it was you. Woke up, went back to sleep and passed out. But nope, no more of this shit. It's still in the middle of the night for you guys there in the Philippines. And so that's what we were thinking. Native chicken? Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, but look. Oh, damn, Jack. Oh, you're already out of the house today? All right. I thought maybe you were still in bed. I don't know about native chicken. I really don't know about native chicken. I mean, it was entertaining. Let me say that, Jack. It was entertaining. So where are you off to, Jack? Mark, I think I forgot to ask, how are you doing today? Let me get back up here, make sure I didn't miss. Mark, how are you doing? Dennis, how are you doing, man? How are things going for you up there in the Great White North? Or are you down south now? They were drunk. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could tell they were drunk. You know, it was good times. Good times, right? I'm at the same place. Are you down at the same bar? All right, Jack. Are your buddies there, or do they all have to go to work today or something? You know. Mark says doing fairly well. Thanks for asking. Oh yeah, you know. I always like to know how people are doing because and this sounds horrible, but if uh, if you're doing worse than me, then maybe in some way we kind of take solace, right? That there's other people worse than us. Or at least I do. I mean, I recognize that I might be screwed physically, but it could be way worse, right? We all know people that are in worse health than us, worse financial conditions than we are in. All of the above, right? And so we have to be thankful and grateful for what we're at. Maybe Jork. That sounds like a Swedish or Norwegian name, Jork. We did watch a Swedish Norwegian movie on TV the other day. I'll tell you about it in a second. It's really weird on Netflix. But Jack says, "Well, I'm sitting here alone." No, Mark, that's one thing I'm very blessed about. I am not diabetic. I can't speak well, but no, I'm not diabetic. I'm very lucky and grateful for that. The weird thing is, I know I'm fat, right? And everybody knows that, and a lot of people will point that out on the internet. It's kind of like pointing out the sun comes up, right? That's what I think is funny. When people point out the fact that I'm fat, well, yeah, did you also notice the sun comes up every day too? So it's not like it's anything new. But I am not diabetic, and the good thing is my father at the end of his life was diabetic, but we don't really have diabetes that runs in my family. Not that we know of. None of my brothers or sisters are. The interesting thing, my wife from the Philippines, she has a better chance, the doctors are telling us, to become diabetic than I ever will. So I'm not an expert in diabetes by any stretch. So I'm sure it has a lot to do with genetics and environment, but I'm not an expert. Are you a diabetic? I think diabetes is one of the worst. I think it's one of the worst diseases you can have because it's so difficult to manage. And if you screw it up a little bit, you can go down the tube. You can lose your limbs and your eyesight. And I think it's just one of the shittier diseases out there to have. I have a lot of diseases, but not diabetes. Jack says, I'll be going back home shortly. That's where the chicken is. Jack, I'm going to give you a hard time about him wanting to share his chicken with you. So, I mean, I agree that they've made advances in diabetic care. And I know the price of insulin has come down, but, you know, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. But no, I'm not diabetic, thank God. Thank God. If I became diabetic, I don't know what the hell I would do, to be honest. I mean, that would be a huge nail in my coffin, I think. I really do. It would. I have, Mark, so you know, I actually have a lung disease called sarcoidosis. And I've been in kidney failure. I'm stabilized kidney failure now. So, or I don't know what you want to call it. I was in acute kidney failure multiple times, not chronic kidney failure. And and then of course, all the other wonderful thing that goes along with just, you know, heart disease and heart failure and, you know, that crap. Along with reconstruction surgery on the ankles and, you know, knee replacement surgery and bad back from being fat and old. And, you know, when I was a young man, Henry's going to be right back. All right, Henry, well, let us know what's going down in your part of the country. We met a new guy down in your part of this country, your part of the country a little bit ago on Claude's channel. So I'm going to try to connect with him, and he's married to a Filipina. So I'm going to try to connect with him a little bit and get to know him. What's happening at the bar, Jack? Is there anything? It's Monday here, right? Yeah, it's Monday, which would be your Tuesday, right? So, Mark, if you're still there, are you a diabetic? Is anybody else a diabetic? Or at Russ, is there a? I talked to somebody the other day about the carnivore diet. I don't know if you guys know about this diet, but I got a friend who has a small YouTube channel. He's married to a Filipina too. And he said a few months ago he started doing and he's diabetic. He started doing the carnivore diet, and he said for him, his diabetes has gotten much better. His joints and ankles and those things feel better. That he's never felt better in his life being on the carnivore diet. So that's working for him. I don't know much about it, to be honest, because I hate. I'm not a, you know, somebody the other day wanted to, what was it? A friend of mine wanted to know if I wanted to go and have a steak dinner with him. And I said, no, I'll go eat with you, but I don't eat steak. I don't like to eat beef. I like to eat hamburger meat, like in tacos and lasagna, things of that nature. But I'm not even a big fan of hamburgers. And I'm not a big fan of pork chops. I'm not a big fan of whole meat. I like my meat pureed up, I guess, or cut up or chopped up. Jack's walking home. Well, Jack, be careful not to pick up any of those young ladies of the evening on your way home. So I don't know if I could do the carnivore diet. We eat chicken and we eat fish. We eat seafood a lot. We ate shrimp last night. And but just eating beef and pork is not something I enjoy doing. just not something I enjoy doing at all. So it's just not. And I don't know why. But my friend who's on the carnivore diet and has been for a while now swears by it. He said he's dropped weight. He's healthier than ever. And he said he's walking tall, looking good, and feeling better. But I don't know. Just not up to me. Well, I have, I guess mine would be stage 1 chronic kidney disease. So my, and here's what happened with mine, Mark, and I'll try to explain this, see if it makes sense. And I'm sure you have in stage 3, you probably already has way more knowledge than I do on this. I had acute kidney failure multiple times, meaning it came on sudden and did so much damage that I have kidney damage and my, oh God, I can't remember. Gee, I just blanked the, I have my blood work done. I have my blood work done every 90 days. And we're watching my kidney function levels. And the good thing is they were way off the chart. I mean, I was in renal failure without, I mean, it was bad. So, but the last couple of years, it's only about 15% higher than what the normal should be. And I can't remember I could look it up. I don't remember the thing. So my doctor says, well, basically what you're in is like stage 1 kidney failure. But I could be in this stage 1 for the rest of my life because my numbers are stable. But I am prone, they think or say, to an acute kidney failure, meaning a quick onset of kidney failure that could happen pretty much any time. And there is so much damage caused to the kidneys. Hang on. You want to come up? Come here. I got to pick my dog up. All right. Sorry. Daisy, say hello to everybody. All right. Lay down where it's warm. So, so for me, that's the problem that they watch for. They're watching for my numbers. And they're not worried about a little bit of this. They're just worried about boom. And it did so much damage apparently to my kidneys when I went into acute kidney failure that it caused sepsis. And so my body became sepsis. My heart gave out, and my lungs gave out at the same time. And that's when I died and went into the coma. You know, I died. And it literally was, Mark, I'll tell you and anybody else, that if it wasn't for the pacemaker that I had in place, I don't know, maybe 2 years before this, that I would have died. But the pacemaker kept my heart pumping long enough, I guess, to allow for the EMTs to get there, to get me to the hospital. You know, I was already, and that's when I was in the coma. And all hell broke loose, of course, during the coma. You know, multiple blood transfusions, kidney procedures. They had to go in and put stents in my kidneys to get them to drain because they were blocked 100%. They shut down. They were completely blocked by kidney stones, which came on suddenly. Because about 6 months before that, I actually had a small kidney stone, and so I actually went to the kidney doctor and was all checked out, and everything was A1K. So within 6 months, my body produced so many kidney stones because my body was so screwed up I guess, so to speak, right? That my body was turning on me. My lungs turned on me. My heart turned on me. My kidneys turned on me, and the body got screwed up because the sarcoidosis tricks the body and this stuff and that stuff. So I pretty much wind up basically just making my kidneys a solid mass of kidney stones is what happened. And they didn't block the ductwork. They filled up the kidneys is what they did. So that's kind of what happened there for me. So stage 3, I can't imagine what you must suffer through. Um, yeah, should stay above 60 filtration rate. Need to stay hydrated and eat less protein. That's right, and monitor the blood pressure. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. One of the biggest keys that they always told me was to try to stay hydrated with kidney issues. And if you too much protein is not a good thing. Too much fat, obviously, is not a good thing either. So I don't know. I don't. I feel like right now my kidneys are in a good place because, my filtration level. I can't remember what the acronym they use on my medical reports here. Is just only about 10 to 15% above normal. And since that's been really stable for a good number of years, that's kind of considered my new normal. And so now what we're watching is any spikes from that. So I've reset my bar due to the damage, is what they tell me. Jack is back home. Jack is back. He's back home. So that's what we do with our kidneys. So does your kidney disease restrict you quite a bit, or are you able to get out and about and do a lot of the things that you would like to do? Or is it at stage 3, because I'm not an expert in it, it's stage 3, keep you pretty much a homebody? Henry's back in the town, Henry. So what's going down in your part of the country, Henry? I know we got a hurricane coming across the Gulf, but it's only going to go to Florida, so it shouldn't be bothering you guys. Did Bai do a video live stream last night? I was too tired to stay up and watch anything, so I went to bed early, or not early. I don't know when I went to bed, but I wasn't on the internet, I don't think. Lorelai and I watched a movie or two, and then I went to bed. We watched yeah, I wish I could come down for cruising the coast. Because, what I did, Henry, on your recommendation is I actually joined some of those Facebook groups about cruising the coast. And so I get to see a lot of people posting their cars and things now that they're going to be bringing down there. And I got to admit, man, I wish I could come down there. I really do. I wish I could make the trip down, Henry. Because I would love to see it. Plus, it looks like from everything I see that you guys are having, there's a lot of big food events to kind of go with it, or, restaurants and things that are really kind of ramping up for the tourist influx. And so she was, but I was sleeping. I don't blame you, Henry. Sometimes we just got to get some sleep, man. That's where I am. I can do a lot of things, but eventually, Henry, I gotta get some sleep. And so, but I gotta work on a bunch of videos. Is what I gotta do. I gotta work on a bunch of stuff on my YouTube channel, everybody, so that we can grow. But so I'm gonna try to do some of that today. But oh man, I tell you what. Oh, wait, I was going to tell you guys, we watched this movie. Have you guys ever seen the movie on Netflix called Platform? Okay. So Mark says, I'm not restricted. Doctor says stage 3A is very manageable when treated early. And that's what my doctor says. My doctor says, look, just don't get stupid and let us keep checking your levels. And for me not to worry about it unless that level starts to spike, or if you start to piss blood, or or you're starting to piss out kidney stones. Because has anybody had kidney stones? Has anybody in the chat had kidney stones? Holy smoking. Woo! But has anybody seen the movie Platform on Netflix? Is that a yes to Platform or a yes to kidney stones? Or both? So, this movie called Platform on Netflix, we watched a year or two ago, I don't know when it was. But it's basically about some kind of weird prison like place that's like a long shaft, and there's this platform that comes down and it brings the food of the day and stones. Oh, they suck, man. I've had them multiple times, and I was pissing out stones even after the coma because I had to keep going back for treatments. I had to keep going back. They had stents in, right? And I had stents in for quite a while after my coma in my kidneys. And I would have to go back every week or two, and they would do more of the ultrasonic busting up the kidney stones. And so then I would piss blood and kidney stones for days, and then so that lasted for probably 3 months after my coma. Do I hear trains near your house? Sometimes. We have a train track that's about 1 mile from here. 1 mile to the west. And depending on which way the wind blows, it doesn't come through very often. But depending on the winds, how much road noise is everywhere else, yeah, we do. We get to hear some trains. Right now, over to the east, and they're building a brand new neighborhood. You can't see it. Here, let me turn the camera around. You see where those two houses are? Right there. Right behind those trees, they are building a brand new neighborhood. And so we've been getting to enjoy all of the dirt work that's been happening for the last couple of months. And now you can hear that they're starting to put the roads in, and they're going to be building houses soon. So that's what's over that way. But our trains are over that way, about a mile. But yeah, we can hear it. We don't hear the rumbling of the tracks, but I can hear the whistle blow from time to time. So yes. We're also close to an airport, which I actually kind of like. Oh, thank you, Claude. 6 people, 7 people in the house. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate y'all. Here, I'll show you the backyard real quick, or as much as you can see. Oh, that's the back of the house. Those are the wife's plants. I got all the other plants in the house already. There's some more of the backyard. That's facing west. Barbecue area. Sink area. So it's a really small yard. We do have a big side over there, though. This is probably the smallest yard we've ever owned. And we're really looking forward to going to Alabama to get a bigger yard. Mark says, yeah, about those stones. Pain is tough. Oh my God, Mark, you are so freaking correct. Man, I've been in a lot of pain in my life. Fucking kidney stones. Woo! No, I don't cut the grass. I actually hire somebody to cut the grass. I couldn't mow this yard if I had to. I just couldn't. There'd be no way. Hang on, guys. I gotta do something. Yeah, there's no way I could cut the grass. I might be able to do it if I had like a zero turn riding mower where you could just ride along and mow, you know, but no, I could never do it. My heart and I just, no, I would be dead by the time I did it. Food topic. Ooh, food. What kind of food you got? Oh, you're going to get me in trouble. How about everybody else? Does anybody like sweet potato pie? You know, Claude, I'm going to tell you that I know this is probably going to get me in trouble. I can't stand it. I think sweet potatoes in general are disgusting. And I think sweet potato pie is disgusting. I cannot stand sweet potatoes or sweet potato pie or yams. I cannot do it. I just, no, no, no. But I'm also not a big fan of a lot of things, so no. Well, no, my wife just finished one I made. How funny. I like pie, but I don't like sweet potato pie. But I'm not a, I gotta admit, I'm not a big pie eater. Mark says, neighborhood looks very nice. You must have done well to be totally retired. Congratulations. Well, thank you. I worked hard. You know, I mean, I busted my butt and I managed my money very well. I wish I had more money. And like I've told everybody, my goal is to make sure my wife, after I'm dead, never has to worry about a financial thing again. And my goal by doing YouTube is to try to have her house a completely paid for and have money in the bank. But I worked hard at it. So yeah, this this is a nice house. We had it built before we moved to the Philippines. We had it ordered, so to speak, so that we were going to use it as an investment property while we were in the Philippines. But after Typhoon Odette hit and all that went sour for us, we came back and we just came to this house. We're still trying to figure out where we're supposed to live because we don't want to live here in Arkansas. Henry, nope, I don't like for sweet potatoes. I don't either. Claus asking, how about apple pie? I'm not an apple pie person either. I don't like it. I like to eat apple, and I like to have peanut butter on my apple. And but I can't find them anymore. You know what the Golden Delicious are? I can't find those apples anymore. Man, I used to love those. When my wife first moved to the States, she never had apple pie and ice cream. And she hoped that, yeah, trust Claude. I think we've all been there with things like that. There is things, you know, now my wife will tell you, oh no, I don't like those. But when she first got here, they sure did taste good. You know, so there's definitely things. But my wife doesn't really like American food. She doesn't really like the hamburgers. Now, granted, she was really never into Jollibee's hamburgers either, but she loves the Chicken Joy, obviously. So she doesn't like KFC. She doesn't like churches. She doesn't really like the American food. She doesn't like pizza in America. She doesn't like pizza in the Philippines. So my wife's picky. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why she married me, because she's picky. um, my wife is like some of the ice cream. You're right. When I brought her in, and because American ice cream is different than ice cream in the Philippines. And it really is. It's different. And she likes some of the American brand ice creams very, very well. But Claude is saying, my wife eats everything. Not mine, man. Mine is one picky, 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 picky eater. And I even learned how to cook Filipino food just for her. So that while she, because Claude, like you, I'm retired, and I think it's, my wife goes to work and earns a paycheck. So I don't mind doing the cooking, but she doesn't like the American cooking. So I had to learn how to cook some food that she might actually eat, but she still doesn't like my cooking. But Henry says, "Oh no, not Jollibee again." Yeah, we need to go to Jollibee. You know, I'm going to tell you guys what I really miss is Chow King. You know, I'd like to go to a Chow King. I don't mind Jollibee, but I really would like to go to a Chow King. I know that's kind of crazy, but yes, Jollibee again. Thank you, Claude. I appreciate that. You know, I know somebody like Mark has probably been married. I think he mentioned how long he'd been married the other day. And so he's been married way longer than all of us. But as somebody starting to warm up out here now, as somebody who's never been married before, who never wanted to get married, I'm impressed by the 10 years, right? I'm impressed, you know. Mark, it does. You can find a KFC there. The KFC, and Claude, you can help answer this if you would, and Jack, if you're still paying attention. Yes, there are Burger Kings. We've eaten at Burger King. We've eaten at KFC. The difference will be instead of like getting French fries, you get a side of rice. The we ate at Burger King. It was disgusting. We've eaten at the KFC. I thought the chicken was good because it's probably a local grown chicken, and versus chicken that we make in America. Rice is life. I don't know if they have a Wendy's, Claude. Do you know real quick if what type of American restaurants they have there? McDonald's, of course, is common. I know there's supposed to be a Taco Bell in Manila, Subway. I think there's a couple of other like pizza places like Yellow Cab and things of that nature. Those are the primary ones of that I can think of. Rice is life. Yes, that's how they see it. I hate rice. I hate rice. Jack, yeah, you remember any other restaurant names that are Americanish there in the Philippines that I missed? We ate at the Burger King and it was just disgusting, to be honest. It tasted like Burger King, but it was just messy as all can be, is what it was. And we've ate at the KFC and I thought the chicken was okay. Lorelai hated it. She preferred the chicken at Jollibee. I'm trying to think of all the other. Now, I will tell you this one of the best hamburgers I've ever eaten in my entire life was in the Philippines. One of the very best hamburgers I've ever eaten in my life was in the Philippines. And that was at a Japanese fast food restaurant inside the mall. I can't remember what it was called. It's like, I don't know. You guys who are in the Philippines and go to the malls a lot, it's the Japanese fast food restaurant in the mall. Trying to figure out what that person is doing. So that was one of the best hamburgers ever. It was made with Kobe beef. It was a nice hamburger. So that's one of the best ones I've ever had. But I'm trying to think. There's a lot of American foods. Oh, there's a TGIF Fridays that was there. If I remember right, I think that was in the Isla Mall or the SM Mall. I can't remember. So there's plenty of American restaurants and food sources in the Philippines. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Plenty of them. And they do have some American type grocery stores, kind of like what we would consider like Sam's Club, but not like Sam's Club, but generally kind of like Sam's Club, where, you could buy more Americanish type products. But rice is like Burger King, Whopper. Well, even in America, the Whoppers are gross. You know, I took a class on food science many years ago with this lady that was funny as can be. She had a doctorate in food science technology. McDonald's, BK, Wendy's, Shakey's is what I was thinking of. Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, but there's more in Manila area. So yes. So Mark, yeah, they have a lot of American restaurants here. The real question is, do they have any Korean restaurants? Besides, there's a lot of Korean mom and pop restaurants that we went to. I don't know about chain restaurants, but we really like Korean food. We like all Japanese food. We ate a lot of Japanese food in the Philippines. Um, I tell people, and this is not to offend the Philippines people, but there's a Japanese food is just beautiful food. It's it's well done. It tastes clean. It's very ornate. I love Japanese food. Filipino food is more like country food, like what Grandma and Grandpa down in Arkansas would cook, with mashed potatoes, not and gravy and a little sloppy pork chop. It's a little bit more of a hodgepodge. Where Japanese food is very, very articulate. I think it's very pretty. So Japanese is our favorite food. Jack, I was noticing on Claude's live stream, Claude actually got some trolls to come in on his channel. But Claude, if you're still listening, I know you need to take a nap. But the funny thing is, we can't get any more trolls, Claude. We've scared all of them away on our channel, so we don't get any more trolls anymore, which is kind of sad because the trolls are kind of fun. But I would like to have some not Jollibee, but Chowking. Yeah, I mean, Claude even had a couple rude people talking about his woman right in front of his woman. The hell, I can't get anybody to bad talk me, besides you and Henry and Dennis. I mean, Mark's nice to me. So I am going to try to do some fishing this week, but I'm not going to use use freaking liver. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go back and dirty fish. Um, well, I know. See, and that's what I mean. Claude, and you guys don't know of Claude. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, please do. I like Claude. Him and I and Tata Sanders, Father Sanders, or I call him Young Sanders because he's not old enough to be a father-looking guy. But uh, we're all married. All have women over here, and the women get the trolls. I mean, poor Claude was on, and as soon as his wife comes into the camera, all of a sudden there's trolls trying to make comments about her, you know. And man, it's like Jack was saying last night. Jack thinks he's going to get a dress and a wig, and just in hopes of trying to get some some extra views on his channel, especially from the. I don't know why. Okay, maybe this is bad, right? But let's see. What country do we think the trolls are coming from? I want to know from you guys what country you think the trolls are prominent from. Good thing I walked back home. There is a huge lightning strike in front of the house, and now it's pouring. Whoa! Wow, you got lucky. Was there a chicken waiting for you, Jack? I mean, did your new friend bring you a chicken, Jack? I'll quit teasing you eventually about the chicken story. I promise, Jack. I'll quit teasing you about the chicken story. I just found it really funny. Well, that chicken was important. 72-day or 7-month-old chicken or some shit. So, but where do we think the trolls come from? No chicken, pussy only. You got a cat now? I just thought it was funny. That guy was really into his chicken, right? About his I was trying to understand if he was trying to mean 72-day chicken or a 7 month chicken. I didn't know what he was trying to say, how old his chicken was that he wanted to cook. You know, so, and I know you kept trying to tell him that's too old, but you know how that goes. So, so the question is, where did the trolls come from? That's what I thought he said. 7-month-old chicken that he was going to cook. That's a pretty, oh, that's a pretty damn old chicken. You know, one thing we talked about this week, and Lorelai and I, was after we went to Walmart and found out a dozen of eggs at Walmart was $3.98 because we wanted to buy some eggs this weekend. We didn't do it. I think we're going to buy a farm, go live out in the country, raise our own chickens, and sell the eggs for $2 a dozen. But, but yeah, the native chickens do. They do. They do. But see, I feel like I'm in the Philippines. All the dogs barking. But where does the trolls come from? I think a lot of them come from India. Maybe that's being racist. I don't know. But I kind of get a feeling a lot of them. But here's my question. And Henry, maybe you can help with this. Mark, if you got a thought on it, it'd be great. Why do the guys from India seem to be so desperate around pretty girls? Why do they seem to be so fixated on trying to make sexual comments towards women on the internet? Is what I'm curious about. You know, I wonder why that is, because they have women in India, right? I know they do. Because I met some. I know they have women that live in India. Are they, and you know me, I think I overthink shit all the time. I get deep into my brain. And, and I wonder why something is the way it is. Is it because, are they inappropriate on the internet because they know that if they were inappropriate at home or in their home country, that would be frowned upon and looked down upon, or maybe even punishable? And maybe they've never seen different women before. I don't know. I just find it interesting. Small PP issues and a high rate of incest there also. I don't know what it is. I mean, it could be, Jack. But I mean it. I know you guys think I'm all crazy because the way I think about things. But I really do think about this. Like, why do they behave so inappropriate? Is it because they've never seen women before? Is it because they're so desperate? Is it because their religion and or culture would chastise them for speaking to women that's not their wives, you know, depending on their religious beliefs? So it seems like to me from India, the mass of the trolls who are trying to hit on the, now we get trolls from America who just want to try to bust your balls. But I'm talking about the trolls that are trying to, you know, tell the woman to show her cleavage and, you know, and all of those. I'm talking about those trolls. Man, I didn't know I moved back to the Philippines. Well, and I think Henry, you might be right. I mean, I just find it curious. I also think maybe they're cowards. And I don't mean a coward as in a typical keyboard warrior coward thing. I think that they're, well, to me, a lot of them seem like the type of, if they were in America They would be the weird American kid who's locked himself in the basement of mom's house and plays video games all day, right? I mean, to me, it's kind of like that vibe. The guys from India that are always trying to, flirt up or hit up or chat up the girls on the streams. That's what I think. I don't know. Maybe I overthink it, but you know, that's kind of what my impression is of that. Yeah, maybe they're just desperate, right? They're frustrated. Yeah, Henry, that could be. They seem to be afraid to be with the woman. It's either, and for me, it's kind of like I wonder why they're afraid. Is it because one, they would have to be a responsible adult in their home country? To take on a wife, you have to be responsible, right? I mean, you can't be somebody who lives in mama's basement. You can't be someone who lives in mama's basement. I guess, Henry. That's kind of how I look at that. I don't know, but it's different. It's different. It's different. And I feel bad for like Bye Henry, but I know that she's a tough girl, and you got to trust that she knows what she's doing. The only what I feel bad for some of our Filipinas, some of our friends, and I've known girls who have gotten duped, so to speak, hoodwinked when it comes to men feeding them BS. And so this is one thing that I encourage young Filipinos with that start to do this, to understand that they are going to get a lot of attention, which is going to build their egos, swell their heads. But when they realize it's a bunch of garbage, it may burst their bubble. You know what I mean? So Henry, I know a few from India, and they don't act like that, but they are married. I see, and that's my point. The folks that I know that are married from India, Pakistan, and a lot of other places don't behave like that. That's where I kind of get the vibe. Maybe they're the American version of the guy living in the basement at 35 in mama's house. So, but got 5 people in the house today. Kind of so I don't know, man. But I worry about that. I worry about the girls who are going to be lied to, and we talked about this when it comes to long distance relationships, romantic or long distance relationships, all of these things. There are so many guys out here, even Americans, especially Americans, Australians, Germans, first world country guys, that are trying to find a Filipina, but they're full of shit. They're never going to go to the Philippines. They're never going to go through and follow through. They have no intentions, but they lead the woman on and lead her on and lead her on and lead her on. And they have these imaginary, as Jack said, imaginary long distance relationships, which doesn't get anybody anywhere. I don't know. So, but then I wonder if that person a troll? Is he a troll? Germany seems to be the other one that has a lot of trolls. Yeah, I would agree. And I wonder why that is. So every time something comes up, I'm always thinking, I wonder why that is. Young Sanders, good morning to you, my friend. Everybody say hello to Sanders. Everybody's here. Claude was here earlier. He said he had to lay down and take a nap because he's getting old. Him and the wife have the day off today, so they're hanging out today. So, but everybody say hello to young Sanders. I can't call you Father Sanders because you're just too young to be that old, you know. Henry is saying hey to you. So, how is your channel going? Are you making it? I got to work on my channel a lot. There's a bunch of things I need to do. Oh, Jack. I got a technical question for you at some point, Jack, that I'll need your help with. Give me some advice on. I got a long way to go. Hello to Henry. Sanders says, I got a long way to go and a short time to get there. A long way to go before you get old. Yeah, you're not old. If you're old, I'm old. And I don't want to make you old because that makes me old and that makes Henry old. And none of us are old. We are young at heart. But thank you for being here. So, what's going on in your part of the world? Yeah, I know. Henry, I don't sleep much. Yeah, I sleep about 5 a night if I'm lucky. Tell that to the body. That's my problem. That's my problem, you know. Are you guys still shipping out the Starlinks? You're on a 20-minute break. Well, I appreciate you joining us on a 20-minute break. You know, one of these days we're going to get a coalition of people that are married to Filipinos that live in the South. And we're all going to meet up and have a good time. And I know a lot of good people down in Mississippi that'd be happy to cook some gumbo and other good food for us. I am in my mid 50s. I have to ask my wife exactly how old I am, but I'm in my mid 50s. I retired at the age 47. So I'm 57? Yeah, I think so. My body feels like it's 93. Um, my mind feels like it's 12. My energy level feels like it's 101, you know? So, yeah, they're still shipping out every day. Good, 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 good. Jack says, he's old. That's right, I'm old. Jack's the youngest one in the house. It does sound good, doesn't it? Because we got a lot of subscribers, and there's a lot of couples in Mississippi. We got a few in Louisiana that we know. That we got a bunch in Texas and a bunch in the Panhandle and down in Florida too. So someday, or maybe we can all get together and take a cruise. We can invite Mark to come out with us on a cruise. We should do that. Maybe we should do a cruise, like, and get everybody to go on a Caribbean cruise. Would everybody like to go on a Caribbean cruise? Maybe we can find a travel agent that can put that together for us, and we can all go cruising. Yeah, I remember you talking about, yeah, Mark Great retired early. I did, but it wasn't by choice. I tell people I hate being retired because I loved doing what I did. I didn't like the people that I worked with at the college, and I didn't like the BS at the college. The crappy, catering, kiss my. I hated the politics because education changed so much in America. It's unbelievable, and it's disgusting what it is. So I hated that, but the students were good. I liked the students, and I liked a lot of people that I worked with the federal government and the state governments, and all the other consultings I did. I really loved what I did. Um, really loved it. So I hate being retired. I hate it. Sanders, I've been trying to get the grandkids to leave Tampa until after. Yeah, why don't they just come and join you guys in Texas? I mean, nothing wrong with that. Sure hope there's beer. Well, there will be beer on the cruise ship. There's beer, Henry. But if we meet up in maybe Louisiana, since it's kind of neutral territory, well, we don't want to meet in New Orleans because it's so dirty. But there'll be beer. We can find beer. We can get everybody can bring a little bit of Red Horse. So, but yeah, hopefully the kids would just come and join you. I mean, it looks like it's going to hit Florida. It's going to hit the shaft of Florida, but it's definitely going to. I'm hoping when it hits, I love Florida. I wish I could live there. It's just going to go by hopefully it goes by really fast, and it goes out to the ocean now and just keeps going. Or it hits and just dissolves, you know. Yeah, I know this sounds weird, Mark, and I'm not important. I was never a bigwig or anything like that. I was nobody important. But in my little work world, I was important in my world, and I miss being a leader. I miss being a mentor. I miss teaching. I miss making things happen that a lot of people said you couldn't get done. I miss those goals. I miss traveling and hooking up with colleagues and talking about ideals and philosophies and methodologies. I really miss all of that. I miss it. So, Mark was in education too. Nice. I didn't know that. Well, I saw it, and Mark, and if you were in education a long time, you saw the changes. I mean, we got to the point by the time I retired that we were no longer to get bad grades, because the administration didn't want the students to bitch and complain about getting bad grades. And so we were told to, like, it's just not good. And then the other thing was you could no longer teach young people to have respect. That was taboo. And what I mean by that was I didn't like it when my students would wear pajamas to class. I thought it was inappropriate. And I would tell them, now look, my class is a professional environment. I expect you not to wear pajamas. And I would tell them quietly, one on one, not to do it anymore. And they would complain, well, I should have a right to wear pajamas to class. But you're out in public. If it's an online class where you're sitting at home, who cares what you wear? But it's so, and I would try to do that whole, do you not realize how people see you as being unprofessional? Because here you are, here they are coming, paying their money, coming to a class to learn. They come prepared, they come dressed in clothes, and here you come in walking in pajamas and slippers. Do you think that's respectful? Or how do you think people's going to view you? And I would try to tell them this: you don't know when that person sitting next to you in that classroom is going to interview you for a job. And if they see you coming into a classroom and acting and behaving this way, then what do you think they're going to think when you come in for a job interview? Because they're going to remember that. Oh, yeah, you were the person that was so lazy, could barely get out in bed at time, to show up for class wearing slippers and wore out pajamas. Oh, yeah, and yeah, we're going to remember that. That's a little bit of my pet peeve, but enough of that. Henry says, I never cared about school, but I always passed the exams without studying. And there's a lot of people that can do that. There's a lot of people, and there's a lot of tricks to passing exams, but some people can just look at it and figure it out. I enjoyed school very much, obviously. I really did. I enjoyed it tremendously. So that's my thoughts on higher ed, and you know, but I've been out of higher ed for 10 years now, so I guess it really doesn't matter. I don't know what students are doing, anymore. So I haven't kept up. I found it too depressing. But when I was growing up, we were taught that you respect, the classroom, your teacher, your environment around you. So, if you can't have respect for yourself, how can any other people have respect for you? That's how I saw it. Working full-time job, yeah. And that's kind of my point. A lot of people had full-time jobs, right? And they were still trying to go to school to better themselves. And so when people would come in and disrespect that environment, I didn't like it. But we were no longer allowed to say anything about that. We had to accept it for how it was. We had to give them better grades than they deserved, or they would go and bitch and complain and raise ever loving hell because they didn't get the A that they deserved, even though they only showed up for class 50% of the time. So it got really bad. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But I really enjoyed the career that I had working with professional people. That was the fun thing, and I really, really miss it today. I do. So, well, it's starting to feel like it's warming up out here, so I'm getting happy about that. I got to go to the store in a little bit and get some distilled water. I'm hoping Dollar Tree or Dollar Store has it. Because I don't want to go to Walmart just to get 1 gallon of distilled water. So I'm hoping I can find it at the Dollar Store down the road. I did not get propane yet. The good thing is I just need to put it in my truck. Oh, today's trash day. I got to take trash out today. Does anybody want to come take my trash out? I got to get trash out of the house today. No, I need to run down. The good thing is we have those propane stations where you basically just put your credit card in and you type in a number and it kicks open the door and you put yours in and you shut it and then it goes and it brings you out a full one. So that's the good thing. Showed up for the exams and leave. But if you're passing your exams, you must be doing something right. So I still got to get propane, so we have enough propane to get through the winter. And the party, the big Halloween party that's coming. And then I got to go find, Lorelai wants to do a bunch of dry ice for the Halloween party. And I'm trying to convince her just to buy a smoke machine instead of me trying to run all over the God's green earth trying to find dry ice. You know, I told her to look up on Amazon a smoke machine because she wants to smell. I hope she doesn't say, well, that's a good thing. I got to make sure she doesn't set the smoke detector off, right? Well, that's a good question. Does anybody know? Will a smoke machine or a fog machine, whatever you want to call it, a fog machine, set the smoke detector off? Am I setting myself up for disaster if we buy a fog machine to put in the house for her Halloween party? Will it just, oh God. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire, guys. But I got to buy distilled water. So, and if it warms up a little bit more, I'm thinking I might go fishing this evening. It is. It's a little pricey, and it can be a toxic substance. That is absolutely correct. Henry says it shouldn't. I wouldn't think so. One, Henry, our smoke detectors are pretty tall, and fog usually doesn't rise. Water mist settles, so shouldn't be a problem. Plus, there's going to be so many people here. The doors in and out, the AC going or the heater going. But I'm going to let her buy a fog machine instead of me trying to go get freaking dry ice. Because now she wants to make one of those things that does all of this and all of that and, for Halloween. But I don't know, man. And life gets complicated when you get married. And that party's coming up soon. The 26th. You guys are all invited, remember. You guys are all invited to the Halloween party. 26th of October, 6 p.m. We're going to have a bunch of people here. A bunch of people. Might have to go next door and borrow my neighbor's house. Say, hey, do you guys mind? We're going to have such a big party that could you guys go away on the 26th so we can use your house and our house? I don't know if they'll go for that, but I don't think it should either, Henry. I'm convinced that it probably won't, but all right, my friends, I appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate all the support. We're going to go live again later today. I need to make some shorts. No. You didn't watch my video, Jack. After 10 years of marriage, you got to have Ziploc bags, not Tupperware. You got to have Ziploc bags. And we just bought, oh my God. I mean, we just bought a bunch at Walmart. So there'll be plenty of Ziploc bags. And we've been saving all the Walmart bags so they can have the Walmart bags. Don't get me started on the whole food thing again. Well, Henry, we'll be here. Seriously, just let me know. We'd love to have you up here. It's going to be a house full of people. So, you know, I got a couple of other buddies coming, so fit right in, man. But yeah, we got Ziploc bags for the party. We got paper plates. We did buy toilet paper. Now I'm going to keep the toilet paper under lock and key and only put one roll out at a time. That way people can't come to our party just to steal our toilet paper, since we're having a run on toilet paper in America. So, now, when I went to Walmart over the weekend, there was plenty of toilet paper, everybody. I mean, there was plenty of toilet paper. So, but we bought paper towels, napkins, silverware, paper plates, bowls. My wife, I told her, Lorelai, you got to buy more bowls. Like, no, we got plenty of the little bowls, cardboard or plastic, whatever they are, disposable bowls. And I told her, I said, no, you need the bowls. No, we got enough. I'm like, all right. So she gets home and looks, yeah, you're right, we don't have enough. And I'm like, gee, sometimes the husband is right. Sometimes we know what we're talking about. And here's tip 101. If you're having a party and you're having a bunch of Filipinos, you need to have bowls. Because somebody's going to bring some kind of fish stew or a soup or something. Senegal, I think that's the soup, right, Jack? Senegal? The sour one. Somebody's going to bring a big pot of soup. And you need to have bowls. Otherwise, it's a mess. I'm just telling you. So, tip for when you guys get married to a Filipina, make sure you have bowls around. Tip number 2, make sure you listen to your husband, because we be the smart ones. So everybody listen to that. All right, my friends, I'm going to run to the store real quick. I got to get some distilled water for Lorelai, and then I got to come back. I need to cut up a bunch of shorts and get them ready and start releasing a short once or twice a day. I need to get better at doing shorts so that I can hit goal. But I'm going to probably try to do it live again tonight. Senegang gone. And I don't like it. It's too sour. And then we got to take out trash today and stuff. So, all right, my friends, it's been an hour and a half. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you support each other's channels and all that good stuff. Let me know if you have any questions or problems. And I will see you guys later on today, whether it's live, fishing, or just doing shorts. Later, guys.